Hi, my name is Sergey Gusев. Welcome back to my channel. Today I will be working on a master copy based on a portrait of a very famous French painter of the 19th century, William Adolphe Bouguereau. This is the third and the last lesson based on Bouguereau. You can download the full version, it's available now. And also you can check out the previous lessons, they're also available now. You can download them separately or 3-in-1 set. By the way, you can use my coupon code to get 50% off. Follow the links in the description below. And let's begin. First of all, I'm going to make a quick anti-drawing, a sketch using wheel charcoal. As a surface, again, I'm using extra fine Belgian linen. Very smooth texture, perfect for finished detailed paintings and of course master copies. So first of all, we care for the right composition. In this case, I would recommend you to place the head exactly in the center because it is a profile. Don't make it too big or too small. Again, look at the original and try to do as the master did. When you find the right composition, start caring more for the proportions and of course for the big proportions first. I mean the height of the head compared to the width of the head, the width of the neck, shoulders and so on. Don't care for the details right now, we will have enough time later on. So now we think only about the big things, the big distances. We don't have to use tone and we do not have to shade in the shadows, for example. However, I think at some point it's more comfortable when we start darkening in the shadows just to separate one big plane from another big plane. So let's say we can darken on the side surface of the head or on the side surface of the neck just to show that the upper part gets more light and the side less. When it's done, we can fixate it with a spray, but today I'm not going to fixate it. So I'll be making the underpainting just over the underdrawing without fixating it. Some people think that if you don't fixate you will get mud on the canvas. Not always. And when we make an underpainting we use one or two colors, we don't use white, so the charcoal from the canvas will mix up with the paints, make them slightly darker, however not making any mud on the canvas. And you will see at the end that we will get a nice, quite soft and smooth underpainting. So let's get started. I'm using two colors. Well, again, you can use only one, but they have to be transparent. We never use for underpaintings white, cadmiums or cobalts. We use something like ambers, in this case burnt amber. We can use also ochres, ultramarine and some other transparent ones. I'm also adding a bit of transparent red oxide lake by the Old Holland, and as the main color just burnt amber, as I mentioned, by Michael Hardin. I think if we add a tiny bit of that red oxide lake, we make the color more interesting, more saturated, slightly more reddish orange. I like it in this case. But again, if you don't have, don't worry, you can use just burnt amber or raw amber, it's okay. We again start from the darks, from a big spot of the dark hair. Then we shade in the eye socket, in the eye, iris and pupil. And then we just work all over the canvas, caring for the right tonal relationship. I mean, we need to compare what's light and what's darker. The best is to find the darkest spot, in this case the shadows on the hair, and the lightest spot. In this case, it's the bridge of the nose, I think. And then we build up the tonal values from the very darks to the very light. And I want to remind you that the very dark spot is not black and the very light is not just white. it's a little bit more complicated. So we care for the values, we work a little bit on the details, of course. We again correct the proportions. You can take a piece of cloth at the very end just to soften the transitions between the halftones. So the underpainting starts looking more smooth, soft, maybe a little bit more photographic, which is not bad in this case. And the image, I mean the source picture, is very smooth. Again, I talk a lot more about all of this in the full video. It's more than 2 hours long. Check it out again, just following the links in the description. At the very end, I picked up my soft flat synthetic, small size, and just working a little bit on the details, maybe darkening the hair. And yeah, at the very end, I want to work more accurately on the ear because it is in the foreground. It's very close to us, as you see, much closer than the eye, nose, lips, and the other facial details. Okay, I think we're done with the underpainting. Let it dry for maybe 12 hours at least. It has to be dry and touch. After this, we start working on the next stage, blocking in. We need to mix a color for the halftones. We can actually start from any spot, but I think that the darkest spot look okay now. They're dark, the color looks nice. Not exactly the color from the original, but again, it's okay for this stage. So we start from halftones of the face, not the lightest one. I'm working on the halftones on the cheekbone area, nose, tip of the nose, bridge of the nose, and forehead. And then again, we work all over the face. I do not recommend you to stuck in one place. I don't finish any detail right now. We again start on the big planes, modeling the volume, construction of the head. We care for the right value. Again, don't forget that we need to think about values even right now when we work with colors. And we also need to block in the backgrounds. It's quite cool in the original, so I'm adding a bit of reading green on my palette, also by Michael Hardin. And when the background is there, it's much easier to judge the light halftones of the face. So we get back to the face and we start working more accurately even on the very small details right now. We are getting closer to the end. Of course, I want to spend time working on the eye. It's always one of the most important details of any face. But of course, don't forget that we need to work also on the neck, on the upper chest, on the shoulders, on the hair. So again, paint a detail, but then get back to the big and main things, big planes of the head. It's a master copy, so we of course have to always look at the original and trying to paint as close as it possible to the original. It's not all prima, I let it dry. And then I started to work on the neck, making it slightly lighter. I need to soften the transitions between the halftones over there. We need to darken in the hair. Again, right now it's time to work on the hair. A little bit correct the color, make it darker, slightly cooler than it was in the underpainting. We can pick up a bigger brush, bristle one. Well, the hair looks more flat, there is less volume over there, but anyway we have lights and shadows, so we have to add a bit of white into the lights, not a lot though, and then we get back to the face. It's time to work on the ear. Again, it's very close to us, it is in the foreground, so let's focus on the ear. And I think when the ear is done, we're almost there, so we will just look at the overall of the painting and correct some smaller things. Yeah, I think it's time to correct the hair. The silhouette is very interesting. We're just copying, looking at the original. It's not that complicated. Use the color of the background to work on the hair. Okay, I think it's time to finish this painting. It looks quite well done to me. I'm sure you'll make it even better. Yeah, I'm making some final brush strokes on the ear, hair, and I think here I'm done. Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe to my channel, new videos are coming out soon. Share your opinion in the comments, download the full video tutorials. I wish you good luck with your own artworks and see you soon in my next episode.